Hey, good morning, black women. Real quick, I want to come to y'all and bring some stuff to your attention that y'all seem to be seriously forgetting about, because I see you amping up with these silly ass like dating conversations, marriage, dating websites, still trying to promote being involved with these loser ass black males to young girls and black women in general. Now, I guess, let me break it down again, right? And I'll keep doing it because y'all don't seem to understand what is really happening out here in this world. You have this president who has absolutely shut down every agency in this country that warns you of disease outbreak, natural disaster warnings, the people who warn you about what food is bad and what food is not, the Environmental Protection Agency that lets you know when the air is polluted, the water is bad, the ground may not be too great to grow in. All of that shit is against us, because what this man and his administration is trying to do is a thing called population control. Now, if y'all weren't so busy every day, any day, on here worrying about dick, ass, and pussy, you might understand that there's way more serious shit going on in this world. And if you did that, you'd understand that you're playing right into this dude's hand, right? Because with you being out here as black women, worrying about black males and any other man to have sex with, be married with, live this bullshit fairy tale that doesn't exist, right? Playing house with motherfuckers, you're opening yourself up to all the fucking diseases they got running out here rampant for y'all. You're not understanding. The CDC don't work anymore. They're not telling you what's actually going on. So that means that all those diseases that we thought were under control, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes, every fucking thing you could think of, up to the most dangerous, AIDS and HIV, and all this new shit. What's that other one they had not too recently where it was out with people who like to have sex anally? The one that was making your face look like a crater dome. Damn, I forget what that woman's called. But listen, all that shit is running rampant out here. So when you guys are worrying about fucking these dudes, and most of you nasty ass women be fucking these dudes without a condom or any like type protection, you're gonna get this shit and you're going to die. He has cut Medicaid, so that means there will be no funding for the medication you need at the hospitals. A lot of those hospitals will be closed down. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing. Like, are you living in a fairy tale or what? Or are you just that fucking scary and weak-minded that you can't look at what is really happening in the world and understand that while this motherfucker is in office, saying it again for the umpteenth time, stay away from males, period. Stop fucking them. Stop having children with them, especially little boys. Stop dealing with them. Stop bringing them into your homes around your children so your children can be victimized and you could possibly be killed by black femicide. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Do you understand that in the Midwest there was a fucking tornado that tore through many people's areas but took down a lot of black people's homes? Do you understand that in North Carolina, they're still recovering from, I think it was the hurricane that hit them, and the president has never acknowledged them, or the Midwest, and FEMA has not fucking responded. So as the year goes on, and we still have these few tornadoes that's left to come, the few hurricanes because of the El Nino, the way the water, the tropical storms travel on the water until it fully becomes summer. Do you know how many more people's lives are going to be destroyed and upheaved? But all y'all are doing is on here having dumb ass conversations about fucking, cohabitating with a broke motherfucker that can't do nothing for you, and worrying about who's done what with this guy they were dating or married to or hatchet. Fuck all them people, man. Get out here and start realizing that you got to start growing your own food in your house or your backyard. Make sure to learn how to purify or do something with your water. Filter it, do something, because they're trying to fucking kill us, okay? Completely. If they don't catch you by a STD because y'all are all out here fucking people willy-nilly, even the black dudes that tell you they're queer, bi, and everything else, you are taking all types of risky sexual behaviors, and it's crazy. And the only time you're going to care about that shit is when somebody tells you you are literally dying from HIV or AIDS or some other thing, or syphilis is rotting your fucking brain. That's the only time you're going to go, oh, goddamn. But it's too late. Y'all are seeing a black woman right now in Georgia being experimented on as a fucking human guinea pig. And even though I'm not disrespecting her, I'm going to speak the fucking truth. She is in that hospital bed dead, trying to give birth to a baby that I hope to God dies, because a dead woman cannot birth a healthy child, right? All because she wanted to be in a relationship with a black dude. And this is the result of it. During an administration where women do not have the right to have medical choices and abilities to take care of themselves over their own bodies once they're pregnant, suffer a miscarriage, or have complicated pregnancies. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What are y'all doing? There is no dick in the world worth your motherfucking life. There is no situation with a male or a man of any kind that is for you to sacrifice yourself. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Then on top of that, you're not realizing that with them shutting down the CDC, they're trying to start another disease epidemic so that it wipes out millions of people. So they don't have to pay you to go to work. They don't have to pay you retirement. They don't have to pay you disability. They don't have to pay you Social Security. Why aren't y'all understanding this? You should be every day working so hard, right? To make sure you're healthy, where you live is safe, your children are safe, your little girls are not unprotected. Make sure they're protected 1,000%, because these dudes are out here stealing little girls, raping them, and killing them. Even people you know. There was a little girl 3 weeks ago in Georgia, went to a birthday party, 11-year-old beautiful little girl, got sexually destroyed and murdered and found a week later. Stop letting your little girls go to sleepovers, go places with people unattended, friends, family, it doesn't fucking matter. Keep your kids by your side and keep them with people you absolutely know you can trust. And for God's sake, do not leave them around any fucking dudes you just met, you're dating, you're interested in, because those are the same ones that will take your children's lives and yours too. What was it? I forget the state. Just the other day, another black woman, 61 years old. Y'all better stop being lonely and understand that these dudes are not for you. When it comes to black males, utterly throw them all in the garbage and leave them all alone. This lady, Google it, look it up. She got thrown off of her 3rd-story terrace, fighting with some dude she let move into her home. He was in his 60s too, because she wanted him to get out immediately for something he did. He was living there with her and her children. He probably did something to one of her kids. As she was putting his clothes out, he kept bringing them back in. Instead of her calling the police and having this motherfucker taken out of her home, she continues to fight with him, because y'all black women still are not calling the police on these motherfuckers when you should, okay? She doesn't call the police. He ends up throwing her off the terrace as a result of his anger, and because he has nowhere else to live, so he's going to kill her. And she could have handled that shit much better than that by simply calling the police and having him leave the premises. Then make sure she goes to get a handgun and use that shit if he comes back acting stupid, or any other weapon. But remember, put cameras all over your house so that if you have to defend yourself by taking somebody else's life, okay, you have a story to tell that a camera could show to a judge and jury so that you continue to live on with your life. Y'all really need to wake up. Every day you on here with this dumb shit about women's accountability and all this bullshit, and you're not understanding that These dudes are doing this because this is a psychological tactic called DARVO. I want you to look this up. DARVO. It stands for deny, attack, reverse the argument, and then the offender continues. And this is how they turn themselves into a victim when they are actually the primary offender. This is a psychological term that sits above all the things that we talk about. It's a strategy. Remember how I tell y'all all the time to read Dark Psychology by William Cooper, which tells you all of the strategies of manipulation and intimidation? Well, DARVO is the very thing that sits above gaslighting, love bombing, what all those things that we talk about on here, redirection, projection, all that shit. It's so, I can't remember all of them right now, but everything we talk about, but especially gaslighting. That is what DARVO is. Go read that and start reading about psychology. Go subscribe to Psychology Today and every other psychology channel and Black psychiatrists on YouTube. Learn to see what people are actively doing to you, because they realize that what you don't know can hurt you. You remember that old saying they used to have, what you don't know can't hurt you? That is absolutely false. That is what they do to Black people. They indoctrinate bullshit into your brain so that you can continue to be a victim. The same way y'all run around here always saying like you act like crabs in a barrel, when no matter how many times people tell you who understand crustaceans, right? And who talk to you about animal behavior or scientists explain it, you still believe in the bullshit. Crabs in a barrel is not what that means. That is the way crabs defend themselves against predators, because they do not have the ability to fight like many other creatures. Y'all are just, you got to stop thinking the way you think. You have to learn more. You have to widen your perspective and improve your intelligence so that you can see these dudes for exactly what they are, pieces of shit. They are the only males in all of the world that underperform and like it. Only thing they like to do is nest in somebody else's community and take advantage of all the hard work those men have done in their communities, while they bash and badmouth Black women to make Black women look like the problem. They worry about trying to keep their image in sync and in good standing with white people, thinking that once white people feel like they're better than Black women, they will be accepted. Because they're too ignorant to understand that it's just because they're Black, they will never be accepted. But Black women, you don't have to be concerned with that. You have to be aware of that. And what you have to do is you have to continue to educate yourself, continue to get yourself out of poverty, distance yourself, and completely separate yourself from these Black males that are in existence today, because they mean you absolutely no good. There was a woman on here who told a story of her walking down the street and a drunk man approached her trying to initiate a conversation and dating. She said she was not interested. He asked her one question after that: how many children do you have? She answered it, which she should not have. Stop answering personal questions to these dudes. It's none of their fucking business what you have done in your life and what you do in your life. Fuck them, okay? When you stop answering them dumbass personal questions, they won't be able to make these videos talking about how many body count do you have? Body count is important. Fuck all that ignorant, childish shit, okay? He asked her that question, and she answered 3. And then he turns around and says, oh, that's great. That means you get about $600 in food stamps. Now, despite the changes and cuts to food stamps that President Trump just did the other day, we'll leave that out the conversation. But what I want you to focus on is that they literally hunt women with children so that they could leech off of you, live off of you, and take from you and your children. Let these bum-ass motherfuckers be in the curb like they need to be. Or let them go to other women and abuse them. Since we don't have no allies in this world, what the fuck do I care if you go and be with a white woman, Hispanic, any type of Asian, or etc.? I don't give a fuck. And Black women, neither should you. You have got to stand up, stick together with Black women, push out all these other black women that want to be pick-me's and who are overly identified with black males and want to fight you about protecting black males who are now used to be passport bros but are getting killed overseas and contracting AIDS and HIV, who are now turning into dudes like Controversial Shannon, you know, like him and the other one, Public and etc., trying to advocate for shaming and talking shit about black males doing something wrong to black women, just to recruit you into relationships, to give you AIDS and HIV and watch and laugh as you fucking die slow. Wake up! Stop fucking with these dudes, especially during this fucking administration. When you vote all these Republicans out of office in the midterms, and black women, that's another thing. Please stop listening to any black woman or any black male or anybody that comes on any of these platforms and tells you that you living on the Democratic plantation and that voting for Democrats is the same, what is this dumb shit they say, the same two wings of the bird? Those are ignorant motherfuckers that don't know a motherfucking thing about politics. Do you understand me? There are rules in this motherfucking country how the election process works. And the way it's working right now is that you have a majority. Do you understand what the word majority means? If not, get the dictionary. A majority means if those motherfuckers, Republicans, who are against you 100%, are outnumbering the Democrats have no fucking win. They have no way to fight for you, no way to change shit around. It's that fucking elementary simple. When the midterms come, your job to turn all this shit around and to give the Democrats the ability to impeach the president is to vote Democrat for everybody. Do not vote one Republican in office and outvote every Republican by putting in a Democrat so white people, racist white motherfuckers don't win and do not continue to take away your Medicaid, your jobs, all of the agencies that take care of diseases that's running out of control, the warnings for natural disasters that are tearing through people's houses and killing black people left and right. Wake up. Wake up. Stop playing fucking games on TikTok as usual and start getting on here within these bullshit new guidelines and start preaching to black women about what the fuck they need to do during this midterm election. Okay? Go back to watching everybody that was so pro Kamala during the election so that you get proper information. Stop taking this shit like it's a joke. In every state, there's a voter registrations office. Everything you need to know about voting and how the election and the political process of this government works is on that website. I live in New York. If I go onto the New York voters registration website, I could learn on that website how to run for office, who the candidates are, what their background is, what they intend to do, what they claim they intend to do. I could look at all the Republicans, all the Democrats that are in office now and find out what they're doing, what district they belong to. Then from there, I take the names of those people that I found, right, who I am a constituent of, and then I go on to congress.gov. And I found that I could look up each one's name and find out how they voted on every particular law that became a bill that affects me. And I decide if this is a person that's worth my vote or who ain't shit. If it's a Republican, I don't give a fuck. I'm not voting for him anyway. And that's the same way you need to be. Because we need to get a Democratic majority. But I want you to understand so you can educate yourself and stop listening to dumbass people like Dr. Umar, who wants black women to be subjugated by black males. Because that motherfucker, in my opinion, is nothing but a fucking hotep. All the way. Deadbeat dad on here talking about snow bunnies versus black women to make you feel good and to make you think he's on your side when he's playing the same fucking game as an incel, a passport bro, and all the rest of these motherfuckers on here trying to bash black women into submission and loyalty. Stop it. So what you do is you go from your states voters registration office, make sure you're still registered, and you make sure you find out when every election is coming, and you vote. You vote Democrat to get rid of the Republican majority, so you have more people in office to fight for you and your rights and to stop this shit that's happening with Trump and his administration. Then you go on to congress.gov, get more information, take your time, learn how to navigate the site, because it's complicated for a reason, because they don't want you to get the information. Do the same goddamn thing on senate.gov. Look and see how they voted. Because the way it works is, when they try to pass a bill into a law, they propose it on the floor, right? It's voted on. It goes to the Congress. They vote on it. Then it goes back to the Senate, right? Once both places vote on it, it becomes a law. Only Congress can pass bills to laws. So you need to learn where the bill starts, because sometimes it could start in the Senate, sometimes it could start somewhere else, but it goes along this track. And when you go on to congress.gov, senate.gov, you can actually track the movement of the bill becoming a law. That's how you learn. That's how you get to know what is happening where you live. You understand? And what is going on and how you could stop it. When you get on those websites, there's actually a way for you to vote before or along with the representatives who are voting. You sign up for an account, and once you read the bill, if you don't like it, you could vote nay or yay to it. Nay is no, yay is yes. And that way it kind of gives the representatives an understanding of how many people in the public are for this bill or not. In addition to congress.gov, senate.gov, where you get this information and you learn how everything goes on your voters registration state's website, then you go to the assembly.gov of your state. My state is New York, so I would go to New York State Assembly.gov. If yours is Georgia, you're going to go to Georgia State Assembly.gov, California State Assembly.gov, and you're going to find out what the legislators, the people who write the laws, are writing and what they're considering for your state. That includes everybody from the governor all the way down. And this is how you keep yourself informed, and you don't have to come on to apps to get secondhand information from people who are biased one way or the other. If you notice, I told you how to get the information. I'm telling you factual shit. If you want all this bullshit to stop, you have to put the Democrats in the majority, period. I don't care if you don't like them. I don't care if you're even not a registered Democrat. It doesn't matter. You just have to vote them in so that they have as much force as the Republicans or more, so shit could get done and shit could stop in this country. Y'all, politics right now is like a game of tug of war. But Republicans got 20 people on their team and the Democrats got like 7. Do you understand? So no matter how much the Democrats pull, they would have to be as strong as Superman to win that tug of war against all those people. And that's what's happening right now in government, because y'all are not paying attention. And they're doing this on purpose. Be real clear about this shit, black women. As the midterms approach, they understand it just the way I explained it to you. They know that the people could turn this country around in one voting session, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure you don't. That's the reason why they're devastating you by not telling you when hurricanes and tornadoes are coming. They're allowing diseases sexually to run rampant because they want you to catch one. They also want your house to be destroyed by some natural disaster, okay? And they want you to lose your job, which is why many people are losing their jobs all over the place, because you will be displaced. When you're displaced, it's hard to vote, okay? This is all part of their fucking game. Also, the reason why they passed the law called the SAVE Act, where all of you women who were so proud and so happy to be married and took your husband's name, you won't be able to vote this time, because it's not enough time for you to change your name back to your birth certificate. And they did that shit on purpose, because they sit down and they strategize about how to fuck you over. to get what they want. To eventually where if they get enough Republicans in office, they will take away our ability to vote, period. And that is what they're gunning for. So I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to stop worrying about fucking and playing house with broke, bum-ass, ignorant motherfuckers that have no respect for you and only want to beat you and fuck you, to getting down to the business at hand, which is to pay attention to the world around you. The world is so much more important than what is happening only to you. If you don't pay attention to what is happening in this world, it's going to literally be at your front door within no time. Last thing I'm going to say, right, because I think I've explained a lot to y'all, is black women, the other thing you got to do is you have to stop fanning the fires of stupid shit like what's going on right now with Tory Lanez and Megan, right? Now, Megan just has to stop watching the internet. But black women, the way you help Megan, if you choose, is to block and delete every single live and video you see of a black male talking about she's guilty and all this stupid shit, right? Because there already was a trial. The motherfucker was found guilty. He's in jail. He's not getting out. That lady could talk all she wants. He's not getting out. All right? And in America, the law works like this. When you are a foreigner and you commit a crime, by law, you are supposed to be immediately deported after you complete your sentence. Or if you are released for anything, you got to get the fuck out of America. Okay? So there's no him going free and back to frolic in America. He's to get the fuck out as soon as he's out of prison. The other thing is, I think I'm shouting out the dude that stabbed him because more than likely he was in there running his bitch ass mouth and fucking with people. Shout out to you, son. And if you do it again, please finish the job this time around. Thank you. Thank you. Now to Megan, when you block and delete these fools, you could go on and put a little video up of your own to explain further to other black women who have not caught on yet that when you see examples of these dudes coming up here doubting Megan's innocence and being happy at her fucking pain and her injury and her suffering, these are the type motherfuckers you need to realize are walking up and down in your neighborhood every day that you need to stay away from. You need to really understand that, okay? Then secondly, any place like that anime place she's supposed to perform at, where the dude that was managing it or whatever, however the story goes, started an online hate campaign about Megan, boycott that shit. Boycott that shit. Don't attend it and flood Megan's comments on all her social platforms and let her know, fuck those people, don't go. We're not supporting it, don't go. We don't want her to be disrespected by people who will buy a ticket just to show up to fuck with her and haggle her. She's a black woman. She deserves some respect. She got hurt. She got fucking shot. If a motherfucker shot me, let me tell you something. Him going to jail or not, I'd track that motherfucker till he got out of prison and shoot him my fucking self, okay? He would be safe only while he's in that bitch. Fuck him, okay? I hope any inmate in there fucks him up for general purposes because he's an ugly, short, leprechaun-looking motherfucker with a short man's complex. Fuck that bitch. That's how I feel about him. So, but back to black women. You got to stick up for each other because you clearly see in this world we live in, from Kamala Harris's election to how they just will not let my beautiful woman Megan rest, that they just love fucking with black women. They're not happy unless we sad, we fucked up, we crying, we depressed, all this. Fuck, don't give them motherfuckers no satisfaction. Keep your head up high and you keep striving. Fuck anything anybody says about you. But the first time they touch you, put them motherfuckers in their grave. Okay? Fuck these people. But protect your own. When you see this shit, block, delete, make your own little video if you choose. This type of ignorant shit, black women should not tolerate. They only make money on this app off of us. They circulate everything we put on here creatively. They circulate bashing us. All this shit makes money. If black women walked off this fucking app tomorrow, this shit would crash in 24 hours. Do you understand how powerful you are? Don't let nobody disrespect you on here. And with that, remember what the fuck I said about stop playing house with these motherfuckers and fucking them and catching diseases and putting yourself and your children at risk. It's not worth it. It is not. Pay attention to the elections. I done showed you how to get your own information and process in your brain. If you got a dumbass girlfriend who believes that voting it doesn't make sense, sit down, explain the shit to her and let her know. Voting for your rights will keep these people from putting you in apartheid or in slavery. You don't want that. Okay? You want to be able to say what you feel, do what you want, any fucking time you want. And you secure that by voting in Democrats and getting rid of every racist fucking representative, whether it be white woman, white man, black woman, whoever. You understand? Okay, I'm done. I hope I've given you a lot to think about, because this is not a fucking joke out here, black women. And just because you're born poor and you may be in unfortunate situations in a household or in a neighborhood you hate, with education, you could rise above that shit and never have to deal with that shit again. Educate yourself. Learn to get away from the shit that plagues you and that tears you down, so that you can have a real fucking life. And a real life is not sitting on any of these apps talking about body counts, marriage, young girls fucking old men, women talking about living a soft life with broke niggas that don't even have a high school diploma. It don't make no sense, y'all. Live your life, but do what you have to do to take care of yourself in this world. Have a good day, y'all. Please think and be better. Do better. Raise your daughters better. And keep your daughters away from all these fucking pedophiles, okay? Have a good day, black women. Peace out.